Meow. You're muted. You're good. That's muted. That's on. Hello, guys. Hello. Hello. Can we hear me? Can you hear me? All right, Mike. Try to say something, Bubba.
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
Is everything working?
It's on the little graphs. It says it's working, but who knows?
All right. Well, I guess we'll know when people start saying things or not.
All right. Adam says it's
Well,
good.
Mike said he's going to say something, so I'm going to sit on my porch and drink a beer while I talk to you.
Deal. I'm gonna drink my coffee and let it roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having audio problems for this show. Last show with Janie.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was like all high-techy, like drivers and software and stuff like that, but all I needed to do to fix the problem was push the mute button on my computer. So.
Oh, I was going to say, or you just blow on it.
No, it was like coming through my speakers and my headset. So then
No, you just got to punch the speaker and then blow on it like it's a Nintendo game.
Oh my god.
That's how you fix it.
All right. It is 7 o'clock. People say the audio's good. Pat
7 o'clock on the dot.
Pat says he's got to get some hams right quick. So, all right, guys.
I got a fresh one.
Yeah, fresh, recently killed.
Yeah.
Season's open for hams.
Yep. Working on my ham sponsorship.
This show might help, Mike. We might get you that dream sponsorship.
We'll see about that.
Mike, you want like St. Croix sponsorship, Ranger Boat sponsorship? Nah, dude. Hams.
Nah, just give me like a free 30 case of hams of a value of $9.98 every week.
And he'll be a happy
I'll be good
man.
to go.
Happy man.
Yeah.
So, guys, Musky Talk, sorry for not having a show last week and not informing you guys due to my work schedule. I work first, second, and third shift. It all depends on the day. Also, there was that audio problem that I was still having issues with. And I got up early, figured it out before the show started. So here we are. We're ready to go. So,
what is exactly early for Colin?
Well, I worked until 2 a.m. last night, so I got up at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, that's respectable. I can understand that.
Yes. So, it's not like the good old days where I'm sleeping 12 hours a day. No. So welcome, guys.
All right.
Before we get any more into the show and have some more fun, I'm really excited about this show, Mike. Some ads from our sponsors right quick, guys.
That thing headhunted it. Look at that. Just got all the dragon.
Aluminum. With a 90 preferably.
You want aluminum, eh?
Yeah, I want aluminum. But, alright, we're live. Thank
All
you,
right.
Rocky Point. Thank you, TNA. Helping,
Thank you, Joel.
yes, thank you, Joel. Thank you, Todd, Devin. Thank you.
Yep, Todd and Devin, all those wonderful people.
So, this is season 2 of Musky Talk. I think I got almost 24 shows down. It's been over a year, and I've yet to ask you to come on, and I feel so bad, Mike.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's probably pretty important you have the first person that you ever caught a muskie with on your show, I guess.
I know. I feel so embarrassed, but Todd brought you up, and I'm like, why did I never thought of that? But then I'm like, well, I just talk to him kind of just whenever. It's like,
Yeah, like on a pretty average basis.
it's like it's not a special event to just call it Mike. So we're going to make it a special event, people. It's a special one.
Yeah,
This is
feeling special.
yes. This is the man who heard me scream like a little girl that no one else will hear when I caught my first one. Also, I've heard him scream like a little girl pretty often a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
So guys, this is Mike Malaczewski. That is how you say his name, Malaczewski.
Yep.
Yes.
For the record, Malaczewski. Nobody else. You might be one of the only people that actually knows how to pronounce it.
It's because I think I've asked. I was like, dude, how do you say that?
Yep. Now everybody knows. I'm sure the mystery is finally revealed that it's Malaczewski for the record.
They're going to butcher it still. It's all right.
Probably.
I still have to think of it how to pronounce Swiklinski when I say Todd and Adam's last name.
Yeah, right. That's a good one too.
That's a good one.
Or John from Lake X.
Oh, Klaszewski? Yeah, that's another.
There's a lot of Polak names in this sport apparently.
There is. So, Mike, who are you? What do you do? I know you helped TNA this past year. I just kind of put, local musky junkie. Because I'm like, you kind of are everywhere.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I am basically what one would say a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Okay.
So I am, you obviously know my story, but for those who don't,
that's why we're gonna tell them the story.
Yep.
Yes.
So, yeah, I got into musky fishing probably about 6 or 7 years ago now, and started fishing in the Oconomowoc chain of lakes down here in southeastern Wisconsin. Had a really tough start with it. It's a tough place to start musky fishing.
Mm-hmm.
But all it took was that first real giant. I caught a really nice fish on Okachi Lake in late fall.
Was that that big one on the sucker, right?
Yep. That was probably 2011 or so, 2012 maybe. But yeah, I mean, I had caught a couple of little dinker fish before up in Hayward, smallmouth bass fishing. That was the first real big one that really got me into this obsession. And it's just been an ongoing obsession since then. And so my fishing style is a little bit unique in the sense that I fish a lot of waters that a lot of other people don't fish. I started off on a lot of those popular waters, fishing Pewaukee, Okachi, Oconomowoc. But I've kind of gotten into the grand scheme of going out and and finding fish where the fish aren't normally, or where people normally don't think they are. I fish a lot of small rivers. I fish a lot of smaller lakes. I fish a lot of south central and southwestern Wisconsin. Just kind of get away from where all the people are, because getting into this sport of fishing in the first place is kind of a release to get away from your everyday crazy life. And so I find it more peaceful to go out to places where I find fish that people aren't fishing for all the time, where there's not so much pressure and there isn't so much chaos, and you don't have to wait at boat launches for an hour to launch your boat, and you don't have to feel anxiety or pressure to get off the lake. So
it's so
true.
true.
Yeah, I'm kind of everywhere, like I do a lot of fishing, shore fishing, wading, kayaking. I fish out of a 14-foot boat with a 25-horse tiller, upgraded from last year from my 20-horse tiller that was 45 years old, as you know.
And it's electric. It's electric, baby.
Yeah, it's electric. Man.
And it's so quiet.
Electric start.
That's
I don't
so
even
quiet.
have to rip my arm off.
Like, I really didn't think it started when I met you out there. I'm like,
it is really, really quiet.
I'm like, oh boy.
I do need a car. I need to rebuild my carb though. I still need to have a carb rebuild on this. So if anybody's out there that knows a good guy that can rebuild a outboard carb, it's just a single barrel, 25 horse tiller. So, just throwing it out there for the masses.
Well, dude,
but
Mike's a freaking maintenance tech. Like, come on.
Yeah, well, I know he's been working with me on this thing too, and Mike is very good at a lot of things, but neither of us are all that much of an expert when it comes to. Well, no, Mike's a great guy when it comes to working on machines and motors, but outboards are just a different world.
Okay.
It's not like, it's not your typical 2-cycle engine like a snowmobile or a snowblower or a lawnmower. There's a lot more going on inside these outboards than there is in your typical 2 cycles. But anyways.
I don't know anything about any of them, so I'm just like, even playing, just like, I gotta find someone. I got nothing.
Yeah, right.
I got nothing. Gas,
right.
oil, gas ratio, that's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Right.
So yes, you do fish.
50 to 1 on that Evan Rood you got there.
51. That's all you need. 50 to 1. Anything other than that, it's I don't mess around with it. We'll go get something else.
It'll always run better if you use Evan Rood oil and premium gas.
I got the premium gas down, but I always
buy that non-ethanol.
I always forget to buy oil at like stores, so I usually just buy like gas station 2-stroke oil. So I know
some of the shitty stuff.
Don't hate me. So, but you do fish very unique bodies of water. It's not okay. Yep. He lives in Waukesha area. He fishes Pewaukee, Okachi. No, not really.
No.
So if you kind of like to touch base of, because I know of recent, you moved west. Like not, well, actually you did get a new living situation, more west, but fishing situations. You're like, yeah, I'm going southwest Wisconsin. What are you talking about, Mike? Who the hell are you trout fishing? What are you doing?
All right. So the driftless for brookies or something.
So I know that I want you to talk about as much as you feel comfortable talking about fishing out, in, the other side of Wisconsin.
Yeah. Well, obviously I'm not going to give away all my spots, but I will say that the state of Wisconsin has a musky fishery a half hour away from anywhere you are in the entire state. I mean, that's the great thing about the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Is there are muskies everywhere. Now, not to pick on Minnesota, they don't have nearly as many musky waters as we do. They have some amazing musky waters, but they're much larger bodies of water. They fish much bigger and deeper lakes than we do. We have relatively small lakes, but anywhere you fish in this state, you're a half hour away from a muskie, if not less.
Mm-hmm.
So even in southwest Wisconsin, there are plenty of places where you can fish for muskies in south central Wisconsin. And as you know, once you get up into the western side of the state, in the central west, you have La Crosse, you have the Wisconsin River and the Mississippi that runs on that end of the state there, and there's fish everywhere you go. So all you have to do is just do a little research, find some lakes that have muskies in them, and take a close look at a map and see if there's any tributaries or rivers that run out of that lake. Muskies are a river strain fish. They are a native river fish. They like to follow current. So if you have a lake that has a naturally occurring current coming out of it or going into it, those muskies are going to move upriver or they're going to move downriver, even from a lake basin. So take a look at any lake and see if there's any sort of even a small creek tributary will hold muskies, especially early season if they're migrating for the spawn. They like to get into creek waters and fish or they like to spawn in the sloughs and the slack water. So just take a look at that stuff. I mean, I'm not telling you have to, but if you kind of want to get out there and find something that's a little bit different and get into the more nature-esque style of fishing as opposed to the traffic of everyday boat launch,
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of waters out there that hold fish. It's not as easy by any means.
No.
It's a lot of work to put in and find these fish, but I think that's what makes the reward even better. The risk is there, which makes the reward that much cooler. And, you can go out and get skunked on a lake that has a plethora of muskies in it. So, these fish are complicated no matter where you're fishing.
True.
Whether it's in a lake that's stocked every year or it's in a tributary in a lake that seldomly gets stocked, the challenge is always there. But I just like to get out there and be in my own element and enjoy the nature aspect of fishing just as much as I enjoy catching them. If I'm going to get skunked, at least I get skunked
in
on
a pretty
my
place.
own terms. You're right.
Yeah, you
right,
got a cool scene.
I don't have to fight somebody at the landing to get back after getting skunked, because nothing's worse than that.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not cool. So what kind of made you drive that way? Just exploring? Just to like I know there's a lot of let's go exploring for muskies, and everyone's like, all right, and then so they go to Lac La Belle, and it's like, stop that. In this area, it's up north, it's a whole different scene. I feel that western transition is a very good unexplored, underutilized
up north,
part of the state.
Basically, the way it works for us down here is that our pike lakes here in the south are like musky lakes up north, where muskies are just everywhere in the majority of waters up north, whereas pike are everywhere down here in the majority of our waters. It's like, to use the analogy, it's like we're trying, if somebody from up north was trying to target trophy pike in a musky fishery,
Yeah.
For us, it's like trying to catch a trophy muskie in a pike fishery. There's just a ton of pike, and they're mostly stunted, and there's not a lot of real big ones. No bash on pike. I really love catching a nice sized pike too. It's just that more often than not, we're catching your typical 20 to 25 inch pike.
Yeah.
But to get back to your question, what drove me further west was just out of curiosity. I already live in southern Wisconsin. I might as well know it like the back of my hand.
That's a good point.
It's, what does it take for me to drive from south central or southeast Wisconsin to southwest Wisconsin? It's an hour or 2 hour drive, as opposed to driving several hours to get up north. Those trophy fisheries up north. So, I might as well make the best of my situation and kind of figure out what's in this region, what it actually entails, because there is excellent fishing of all species in southern Wisconsin, and a lot of it goes under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the driftless region, it is absolutely beautiful. For one, is, in my personal opinion, probably one of the most underrated parts of the state. And two, there's excellent fisheries out there. The Mississippi River offers incredible walleye fishing and pike
Everything.
and whatever else you can imagine. But there's also amazing trout fisheries and a lot of little tributaries for brook trout and rainbows and all that. And so I just was curious, hey, I wonder if there's muskies anywhere else in the state besides what people typically think. People think, if you want to catch a trophy muskie, you got to go up to northern Wisconsin. You got to go to Hayward. You got to go to Eagle River. You got to go to Minocqua.
Well, I got that picture, that big one you caught out the river, that pretty one last fall, and that's your PB, isn't it?
Yep. And I have no idea how big it actually is, because when you're out there hiking riverbanks, you don't carry a bump board with you.
No, but a good a guess. What do you think?
I don't know. Upper 40s.
Maybe.
I can't say exactly. Might be pushing the 50-inch mark, but I can say out of all the other fish that I've caught that have been bumped, that one's still the biggest. And the biggest fish that I've bumped before that were mid to upper 40s inch fish. So it's definitely in that 48, 49 range. I don't know if it crosses that 50 threshold, because I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Not certain.
Yeah.
Because that's that's an accomplishment that we all try to achieve. So if I do accomplish that 50, I want to be certain of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely in that range.
And that's southern Wisconsin, in a river. Just
Yep.
They're down here.
In a river that you can throw a rock across.
Exactly. Yes.
So And that's what makes it really cool. And we do have several different strains of muskies in southern Wisconsin, too. There are a lot of lakes and tributaries that hold other strains of fish besides your typical Wisconsin River strain that's normally found in southern Wisconsin. We do have lakes that have hybrids and Chippewa strain, and there's even a couple of lakes that have been stocking Great Lakes strain as an experimental over the last few years. So they definitely do exist. And where I'm living now, here in Watertown, I don't have to hide this one. You know, we have the Rock River that runs through here in Watertown, and most people disregard the Rock River, and I don't blame them. It's dirty, it's mucky. I mean, it's just a mud pit, and it's just it's mostly just like a river shed more than a river itself. It's just a lot of runoff, a lot of agricultural runoff that stains up the water and creates a lot of algae bloom. And people think that with the low oxygen in that river, there's not much that can survive besides the typical bullhead and catfish and carp.
But how many walleye fishermen fish the Rock River? There's a lot of walleye in there.
Exactly, right. There's a lot of walleyes in there, and there's a lot of pike in there. There's muskies. You just got to fish your way through the crap to get to the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it does take time.
There's a great organization here in Watertown called the Rock River Rescue Foundation, and they've been raising money for quite a few years and stocking muskies here in the Rock River for at least about 15 years now. Since 2003, I believe, they've been stocking muskies in the Rock River here in Watertown.
That long?
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. 2003 they established, and they've been stocking muskies here ever since. So they don't put huge numbers in like, you know, when we stock with Muskies Inc. and we stock Okachi where we put 1,000 in. These guys are just raising money from little corner bait shops like Jake's Bait here in Watertown. They're just raising, you know, people just give their spare change, and they put, you know, 200, 300, 400 muskies in every year or so, whatever they can put in. They also stock other game fish as well. Pike and smallmouth bass are two other that they've been stocking pretty frequently. So they are here. They do exist. It is a fishery worth trying if you really want to beat yourself up, that is.
Which you love to do.
Well, you know, the pride is there. How many people do you know that can say, oh, I caught a nice muskie in the Rock River? Well, they do exist here. And I live down the road from it, so why not fish it?
Why not?
I could literally walk to the river from my house. So make the best of what you got. Figure it out and run with it.
That's cool. I hope you get one this year out of that thing. That'd be neat.
Yeah, me too. You know, our buddy Casey, he caught one in there.
Really?
Casey Doran, yeah, he got one in there right down the road from my house.
Bastard. He always catches huge muskies, and he doesn't musky fish. He's just a good stick.
He's not even a musky fisherman, and he catches muskies. Those damn walleye guys, I swear to God, they always do the best.
I know.
Especially early season.
I know. It sucks. I'm like, all right.
Up in Green Bay, those guys are always catching muskies while they're trolling flicker shats and walleye demons and stuff for walleyes early season. Lucky bastards.
So is that your goal kind of for the year? Get one out of the Rock?
Yeah, definitely. I think myself and Mike Schumacher, you know, for the record, if everybody doesn't already know, another well-known muskie fisherman is my roommate, which is Mike Schumacher.
So
and
they have a muskie house, guys. I'm very jealous.
Oh, our entire house is muskie fishing, as I'm sure a lot of people know. As you know, that's what we do. We're the muskie bachelors over here.
It's like hams, brats, musky baits. That's what's going on at that house.
Well, and before I gotta say Bush, because otherwise Mike's gonna get mad.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And Bush. What is that? That Arkansas piss water or whatever?
Missouri piss
Missouri
water.
piss water. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever floats his boat, I guess.
I suppose. Yeah. Bush and hams. Yummy.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I know Mike's been fishing it already quite a bit. I've been fishing it too. We haven't hooked into one yet, but they're there.
They're sightings, right? You guys have seen something, right?
Yeah, I moved one there on opening day.
Dun, dun, dun.
I took my boat into the Rock River. For those who don't know, also that might be a little discouraged, like I was. You can launch a boat in the Rock River. It is a possibility.
Yes.
There are stretches where you can fish it out of a boat. I know that when I came out here and I started fishing the Rock, I was like, I don't know where to launch a boat. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to do this. This is just totally foreign to me. This river floods constantly. It's shallow as can be in the dead of summer. It fluctuates a lot.
Yeah.
But if anybody had any questions about that, they could definitely message me or ask me. The reason why I'm bringing up the Rock River as a muskie fishery is because not only do I want to catch one in there, I would love to see somebody else specifically targeting muskies in the Rock and have success with it. Because it would just be a cool thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of us guys here in southern Wisconsin, we fish a lot of the same fisheries, and it's always great to know that there are other alternatives.
Options.
If it's possible.
Yes. Options
are
nice.
If you get to the boat launch and it's full, like it was for me on opening day.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
you got any other goals with muskies this year?
Well, just to fish with you more often.
Well, I know, but I don't have off weekends. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
I told you. This lifestyle has been the same for 5 years, Mike. It's not really changing, buddy.
I know.
So.
But maybe we can at least plan a trip up north this year.
We can. I got paid time off this year. I got it back.
I think Mike has been counting down the days to going up north for several months now.
Yeah.
That's all he's been talking about for the last week now is how excited he is to get up north. He's like 16 more days. 16 more days, man.
You guys,
I'll be up in Minocqua.
Is that where you guys are going for opener? Northern opener?
Well, that's what he's doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing yet.
Okay.
Maybe going on a trip with you. We'll see.
I have nothing planned right now. I know. I'll tell you off live. It's a secret. Shh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But no,
I know how secrets work.
I have nothing planned for Northern opener. But that gets into a great story. I don't want to go to Hayward in spring, dude. I'm so good on that. I don't want to be up there in June. I really don't.
Well, here's what I've learned over the last few years of fishing up in Hayward is that more often than not, I get a little too gung-ho and I get up to Hayward too early in the year. I think the fishing up in northwest Wisconsin there doesn't really start picking up until, mid to late June is when I've done the best up there. But of course, I've gone up there first week of June.
It's just
the
those
last week of May there.
Freaking mosquitoes, man. Ever since that trip, I'm kind of like, I don't even know, man. I don't know. That was horrible. That was the first time I seen you smoke a cigarette, Mike. That's how bad they were. You were so against cigarettes. And you're like, dude, give me a cigarette. I need to get these freaking things away from me. I'm like, oh.
Seriously.
It's bad, dude.
I was in fight or flight mode at that point.
It was bad.
Those fuckers were about to carry me away.
So here's the story, guys.
Unreal.
Mike's like, let's go to Hayward. I'm new to musky fishing. We go up there. We're on the Moose, right? We go up there.
Yep.
Campsite. Cool. Beautiful. Awesome. Stop at the Chippewa River on the way up at the flowage. Get out the car. Wow, the bugs are bad. And I'm telling you, I've been up north all my life. I've never seen the bugs this bad. Clouds of mosquitoes.
That was unbelievable.
Hop back, run to the boat, grab the what is it, like the 100% DEET stuff, just rubbing cancer all over my body. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Not doing a damn thing. Run back inside. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's just this area, it's a little swampy, blah blah blah. No. We get to the campsite. It's not bad. Go out fishing. Actually, Mike, what was that bait store we stopped at?
The bait and bottle.
Okay, so guys, this ties into another funny story of my life that my other friends make fun of me about. Here it is. So the bait and bottle. I've been to no muskie shops ever. I go up there. And looking back, I sucked. I'm like, oh, that lure is out of packaging. That means it's garbage. Okay? This is my mentality back then, because I don't know. I never musky fish. I didn't know all this stuff. So I'm like, I'm not buying that. So I go up to Hayward. I go to the, what is it called? The Bait and Bottle?
Yeah, it's called the Hayward Bait and Bottle.
And
it's right in town there, right by the Hall of Fame.
You could probably buy any kind of lure you imagine, right, Mike? Because I don't remember exactly what I all saw up there, but they had a lot of lures. Like they got
a little bit of everything in that place.
I could have got some
they cover
really
musky. They cover everything.
But musky related, I could have got some cool ass lures.
Yep.
Well, I pick up a frickin' rainbow trout top raider, guys.
Yep. Yeah.
So this is the lure that has a story behind it. That's like, out of everything I picked up a Joe Booker golden rainbow trout top raider.
You got suckered by the packaging, man.
Dude, that packaging got me. Booker knows his stuff. So anyways, we go up there. Mosquitoes are fine. We get out there. Oh, thanks, Pat. See, I'm professional from the top up. I got musky stuff, but pajamas on the bottom. Get up there. Moose Lake, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. No mosquitoes. There's islands. There's so many stumps. The water's just root beer. Just so tannic. I get my first muskie on a sucker. I scream like a little girl. Mike screams. We high five. Almost killed my first muskie.
Yep.
Tried to
revive. We spent like an hour reviving that.
Tried to revive. Got eaten alive. Cool. Awesome day. First muskie. Eaten alive. Screw it. We got bugs. Who cares? I got a muskie. Go to sleep. Wake up the next day. What did we go to? Teal? And what's the connected lake to teal?
We fished teal in Lost Land.
And in Lost Land. So we get up there, and I do this now every time I go to a new spot, Mike, is I fish the boat launch, dude. Every time.
Yeah.
Because I think you moved like 3 muskies right at the boat launch.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Remember, I flipped out like a live target frog.
Yeah.
And had a giant blow up on it.
I heard you screaming.
Right off the landing at, I believe that was Lost Land that we were fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, because Teal's connected by that river that we went through.
Yep, the Teal River. We went through the Teal River to get to Teal.
So we get there. I don't know. It's hot. We kind of called it early, but before that, I'm like, dude, I really got to go to the bathroom. So he drops me off. There's no outhouse. I go to the woods. My butt turns red from the amount of mosquito bites. Get back to the boat. I'm hearing Mike scream because he lost a muskie right at the boat dock. So guys, pay attention to the boat dock because no one fishes right next to the boat dock. They drive halfway across the lake.
Never.
Always. Get back to the campsite. Winding down. We try to make a fire. All the wood's wet. I take my NyQuil to go to sleep. Mike has a couple hams, and storm comes through. Trees are crashing around us.
Oh, God.
In that instant,
was quite the ride home.
We decided to leave Hayward at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It was dangerous. You know what's funny about that, too, is I was up there last year. The same exact thing happened.
Really?
And I had to saw my way out because that logging road, oh, God. I remember you were driving us down the logging road, and I was drinking.
Yes.
Just because at that point.
Well, yeah.
I was like, this is a disaster.
We might die.
I might as well be drunk while this is happening. so we roll up on a down tree after a down tree, and all I have is a hacksaw because we didn't bring a chainsaw. Like,
dude,
stupid ass.
We didn't even think we had a saw.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I think I got one. We had a hacksaw. So Mike's cutting through big old pine trees. 8 pine trees later, we finally get to the freeway.
On a logging road.
On a logging road. And it's 1 in the morning. I mean, we got to see how many elk and how many deer. That was cool.
Oh, it was so cool. When we finally made it out to Highway 77. There was it was like nature had a truce for the night.
Dude, it was cool.
That made all that bullshit worth it. Was seeing there was elk and
I mean, we're just
wolves and
on the side of the road
everything.
just parked next to this big old elk, just chewing on some leaves. Not a
I
care
think
in the world.
That storm flushed everything out of the woods to the point where everything was standing at the road and just going, yeah, man,
Yeah.
this is pretty crazy, right? I should normally kill you right now, but we're just gonna hang out next to each other, and then when this shit's over, I'm totally gonna eat you.
It's game on. Game on after the storm, man. And then we get to that highway. We pass out in Walmart parking lot for a couple hours. I think you almost hit a deer.
Yeah.
It was kind of like zigzagging in the freeway. Then I got home. I found a tick on my butt. So that's the story of my first muskie, and that's why I don't like going up there in spring, because
I think people should know. We should get a little bit more in depth about why you had mosquito bites all over your ass.
well, there wasn't a porta john, so I had to go in the woods. So
In other words, Colin had an situation
yeah, it was like I gotta go.
while we were on the water, and he couldn't hold it.
No way.
And he was either going to shit his pants,
Yeah.
or we were going to get off the water, and the closest thing was the boat launch, which he immediately ran into the woods.
Yep.
Must have hung his ass off a log, whatever.
No, I squatted that
He
dude.
full on got his ass eaten alive
That was
by
bad.
mosquitoes. I actually had to see it because it was too funny not to see how many mosquito bites were on Colin's ass.
Mike saw
So
my
I
butt.
could tell you guys, I could tell everybody on the internet right now that I've seen the fine details of Colin Pluto's ass.
But that's why I'm not a fan of going up there in the springtime. So, if anyone has advice for dealing with the bugs up there, let me know.
What full body suit mosquito net?
But I don't think it's... Dude, I'm not going to be wearing like fishnet stockings while we're out fishing, man. You know?
Why, man? Bring it back. You could be like a sexy goth chick, dude. You got this.
But like, how do I? What do you? All right, look, question for you guys. Give me some feedback. What do you guys do for preventative mosquito bites? I mean, deep, long sleeve shirts. Like, is that literally it? Is there nothing else? There's no secrets you guys got? No, nothing. Because I know last year when we went up to Pembine, that was early spring, and
Yeah, that wasn't. When was that?
that was June.
Sorry, I'm in my garage. I'm making crazy noises. I literally, just so you know, I just closed my garage door so I could pee out the back of my garage because there's a hole cut in the wall.
Oh my god. So guys, Mike Malaczewski has a glory hole at his garage. Yes.
You want to know what's really funny about it is it's cut. So my garage is slightly too short for my boat.
Okay.
But just cut out the back of the wall, and then my propeller hangs out the back of the wall in the garage.
If it works, man, it works. That's all
Yeah,
that
it works.
matters.
I got to go on an angle, but it works.
It works. John Carlson says you get used to them after a while.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
How long's a while? Because we were up there for 2 days, and that wasn't enough.
I mean,
am I just a little sissy? Is that all? I mean,
dude, I work in the outdoors. I work for the Parks Department. I've never experienced mosquitoes that bad.
I just don't know if that was a bad year for them. I don't know.
I'm used to the ticks now, though. Like I've already pulled a handful of ticks off of me this year.
They're bad.
Yeah, and they were all deer ticks too. So it's 100% chance that I have Lyme disease at this point in my life.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm pretty certain that the hams combats that at least.
I believe there is anti-Lyme disease in hams vaccine.
Yeah, that's the new marketing campaign for hams.
Coleman makes a bug shield maker. I can't remember the real name of the damn thing, but they work great. It almost makes you like a small force field around you. Adam, let me know if you let me get that name. If you could figure out that name for me, that'd be awesome. So that'd be cool. But So next to your name, Mike. So guys, that's my embarrassing story. That's my first musky story. That's my funny bait story. That trip just has so many stories. So back to you, Mike. We got.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show the audience. So Mike's been helping out TNA. He's been tying some customs. What was it? Southern Wisconsin, Wausau, and Minnesota, I believe they're at.
Yep.
So it's a very unique. We all know no one loved the dragon with the flash and the hair, and now Mike's doing some crazy things with deer hair and hackle. The body of these.
Oh, dude, this is extra weird. By the way, I just walked in the kitchen to grab a beer, and Mike's watching this on his cell phone.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Oh yeah, it's echoing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going back outside, Mike. Everybody say
hi, Michael. I love it how you call him Michael, like you're his dad. Michael.
Oh.
It's funny.
The funny thing about that is I call him Michael. I call him Miguel, actually, more than anything.
Miguel. So I'm not sure. Are these available anymore, Mike? Your custom tied dragons, or is that just show specials?
Well, they are, as long as it's cool with Todd and Devin.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna make those and sell those as my own, because obviously I don't own the company.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to profit off of something that they don't have a part of.
But
would be kind
we can probably expect to see these for the show season coming up.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
There will be more in the future.
Okay.
And they will be available again.
Perfect.
And hooefully people catch some fish on them this year.
Yeah, I have not had a chance to use yours yet because I'm on that Booker Rattle Chap with that Rocky Blade attachment kick right now.
Oh yeah.
Joel like swears by that thing. So,
well, those Rocky Point blade attachments on the dragons are also incredibly awesome.
Yes, they are.
So that was a great combination that those two put together.
Yeah, they showed
like a match made in heaven.
I mean,
match made in southern Wisconsin.
What did I see? I saw Todd coming over to his booth with a whole bunch of blade attachments. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe for prizes for the kids or whatever. And then he starts throwing them on the dragons. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What is that? What do you got there? He's like, oh, you haven't seen this yet?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no. What? Find out what this is now?
I know there's. I'm not going to say anything, but I will say for anybody that is listening, there are some cool new things coming out from TNA in the future, and I'll just leave it at that. There are things to look forward to.
Okay.
I know different options that people will have in the future. So,
I know I'm trying to plan a show with Todd, but again, I don't have off weekends, and he like works third shift, so our schedules are like totally off. So
yeah,
one of these days, hopefully.
Yeah, like trying to get a hold of Todd sometimes, like we talk to each other at the most awkward hours possible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But you know, Mike works third shift too, so I'm used to talking to my friends at goofy hours.
True, very true. So yeah, guys, dragons. It's very, very unique. Mike, I love the hackle. There's like all the hackle with the body of deer hair.
Yeah,
it's
just bucktail and hackle.
Yeah, and I haven't got it wet, but this one sold me due to I know how much the regular dragons in the Boo, the Flash, and the deer hair undulate, and then just with these extra curved up feathers, I'm like, that's going to be a freaking killer.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they look great. They look great. They work. They catch fish. I mean, it's that simple. I have a lot of faith in dragons, especially as far as rivers are concerned. If you fish small rivers, you know, I definitely recommend picking yourself up a couple of those mini dragons. Those are the perfect river-size bait. They really are. And why wouldn't you want something that puts off a lot of vibration, has a small profile in a small river situation that is a different vibration from the vibration of a typical,
Bucktail.
twin 7 or twin 8 bucktail. So it definitely gives a different perspective on certain type of fisheries. I know that people do really well fishing dragons on lakes too.
I haven't.
They work everywhere.
Personally, I have not. I've had all my success on rivers, but then again, I kind of personally I go to that bait when I'm on a river. That's like, I'm bringing the dragon along. Bring it along.
I look at it as a river bait.
Yeah.
I really do. The first thing that comes to my mind is this is the perfect river bait. I mean, why wouldn't you want a chatter-sized musky bait on a river? It seems like a no-brainer.
I've lost two to the damn river, but I restocked
a lot
up
of
at the
rivers
expo.
A lot of rivers are relatively stained, and vibration is everything on some of those rivers. The Wisconsin River has some pretty tannic water.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
at some points in the year, the Wisconsin River looks like chocolate milk. So why wouldn't you want to throw something that puts off enough vibration to attract a fish? When they can't sight feed, at least they can use their lateral line and hunt down a predator or prey that way. So, I mean, it gives a different perspective. That's why I really like those things. They are a different alternative to your typical blade bait. So, and I'm not just pitching this sale for TNA because I built baits for them.
No, and I'm not like selling out to them either, because I'm like, oh, you want to add? No, I like these baits a lot. Same with Joel's Rocky Points. Same.
Yep.
So what? Let's talk some more about rivers, Mike, because I like rivers.
Let's do it.
And I know we had Shane on a couple episodes ago, and he was talking about them up north rivers. But we've had some good experience on the Wisconsin.
Those guys get to fish at Chippewa, and
I
know some of the smaller tributary rivers that those guys fish in. They have some really golden opportunities up there, and I'm not going to give away their spots or give away where they fish exactly, but I will say that northern Wisconsin definitely does have a lot more smaller rivers and tributaries and things like that to fish, but that doesn't mean we don't have it down here too.
We do. Just a little research and some exploring.
Us southern Wisconsin guys, we can catch fish too for all you guys up north.
Yeah, man.
We might not catch 100 a year like you guys do, but
I mean,
we're proud of what we can. We're proud of what we can achieve.
Technically, I already got 2 muskies in the boat this season. Watch out, guys! Here I come.
Yeah. Well, when I was stocking muskies with you and Jeff Whitman and Brian Myrick, we were like, dude, we've already got like 800 in the boat this year.
Yeah, season's not even open, man. We got like 300 in the boat.
No big deal.
No big deal. We have like 1,500 inches right now.
Yeah.
Right now. That was cool. Did they stock this year? I didn't see anything.
I'm not certain of that. I haven't talked to Brian in a while. I would definitely touch base with him.
Cause I was talking to him about the two babies I caught on Pewaukee, about 2 different year classes, and then they stocked Pewaukee in the fall, correct?
Yes.
And it was Okachi and LaBelle in the spring, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the one that I caught was from this recent fall, and then the second one I caught was from a year ago.
Well, see, that brings me to another point as far as rivers are concerned, to get back on the topic of rivers.
Yeah.
So just because a lake isn't stocked with muskies doesn't mean there aren't muskies there. If you take a look at what chain of lakes you're fishing, if there was a muskie stocked in the North Lake, well, then there is muskies in the South Lake if it's all connected to the same river system. So to use the comparison, when we stock muskies in Okachi Lake, we're actually stocking Okachi, Oconomowoc, Fowler, and Lac La Belle
and
all
North
at the
Lake.
same time. and North Lake as well if they travel into the Oconomowoc River, upriver into north. So don't rule out waters just because the DNR doesn't recognize it as a musky fishery doesn't mean it's not.
Yes, I know there are 2 rivers that are not classified that you've had experiences on.
Yes.
Due to the fact of lakes that have muskies end up connecting to those rivers.
Exactly. So just keep your eyes peeled. Look at a map. I think more people just need to get back to the basics and not rely so heavily on what the internet has to tell them. Look at a basic map. I mean, most of us have smartphones nowadays. Most of us have Google Maps. Look at a map and look at where a river goes. Look at and see what lake it runs into. And you might see a lake that a musky river runs into, and you look at that lake and you go and look it up online, and the DNR says the only fish in this lake are panfish or bass.
Are rock bass and marlin. Like.
You're right. Right. The only fish in here are saltwater fish.
Yes.
And the water is dirty. And then you get there and the water is gin clear, and there is a variety of species of fish in that lake. So don't rely so much on what the internet tells you. If you want to go out and find fish, you go out and find fish. It's that simple. Just get out there and try. What do you have to lose? I mean, you don't catch anything, whatever.
That's nothing new to any of us.
I don't catch fish on trophy fisheries
right
most of the time. So I have better luck fishing on waters where I don't theoretically have any luck. And then I go and fish on waters that I should have a good opportunity of catching a fish on, and I don't catch anything. So,
yeah,
it's a horse apiece. This happens. It is what it is. But don't feel like you have to fish what everybody else is fishing, man. Just take a chance. Go fish a lake. Go fish a lake that apparently there's only pike in, and throw musky baits. You're either going to catch a muskie or you're going to catch a trophy pike. I mean, I don't know. That's a win-win to me.
It's cool because you know how people chase, obviously everyone chases the monster muskie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people are like, I'm going to this lake, fall monster muskie. You're like, I'm going to go to this river where like no one catches muskie, and I'm going to catch a muskie out of that. You're
right.
It's cool because it's like, okay. And you might get a monster muskie, but it's a very different perspective of the chase. It's not a chase for the biggest muskie. It's just a chase for a muskie in a very not really familiar body of water or fished body of water.
One of my favorite quotes is, you find something that you're good at and you do it your way.
I feel that you do that.
Don't do something just because somebody else is doing it. And I mean, this is an analogy to life as well, but as far as fishing is concerned, don't just go fish somewhere because everybody else is there. You're just a sheep in the herd. You just go to where everybody else is just because one guy says there's fish there. Well, then everybody's there. I experienced this the other day. I was fishing on Lake Wabeesa in Madison, and I didn't see anybody catching a single fish out on Wabeesa, but there was like 15 guys all around each other, all throwing musky baits. And I'm going, nobody's catching anything. Why are you guys here? Well, because one guy was here, so another guy went there, and another guy was there, so another guy went there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, because everybody sees a herd of boats, that must mean the bite is good.
No.
Not necessarily, because I went and fished the opposite end of the lake, and I moved fish on the other end of the lake where nobody was. So just because you see a herd of boats doesn't mean the fishing is any better or worse. You stick to your own intuition and stick to your own personal confidence. Throw the baits that you know you're good at throwing. Fish the type of baits that you're good at fishing, and fish the type of water that you like fishing. It's that simple. You fish what you like, you throw what you like, you find the confidence, you find what you're good at, and you do it your way, and you stick with that. And eventually, in the end, it'll all pay off. You're going to catch fish. It's just a matter of time.
That confidence is key. That confidence in your bait, I think, is more important than confidence in the water, due to the fact of you could take that confidence in a bait to a new lake we've never been to.
Between myself and Mike Schumacher, in our household, we probably have 1,000 musky baits. But I can tell you personally that between the two of us, we both throw probably a dozen baits tops.
All right.
That's because we've caught fish on them, and we just stick with them. We just stick with what works.
Now, that's going to lead me to my next question. Mike, top 5 musky baits. You personally, for your style of fishing, for your small river, your smaller-esque lakes.
Yep.
Because I know you're not a deep water fisherman. You know what I'm saying?
Not usually.
You're relative. I mean, except last year on the Brule, where you're just chucking a deuce, a pro dog, mag dog, in 30 feet of water on a river, and you get a musky. I mean, what the hell?
That was just that was happenstance, Colin. I'm not gonna chalk that up to skill at all. I'll be the first one to admit that I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to suspended fishery. I'm a bass fisherman that musky fishes. I fish shallow water, and I'm good at fishing shallow water, so that's just what I stick with. I mean, I grew up bass fishing and learned how to do that really well, and I incorporated that with musky fishing, found waters that worked well with, and that's just what I've been sticking with.
So I know you personally have caught a muskie in a lot of different areas in Wisconsin. Northwestern, northeastern, east coast, western half, southern half, southwestern half, central. So on all your experiences, your top 5, like if you got a bag, you got one Plano tackle box. You can only bring 5.
All right.
What do you got?
Number 1 would be a hellhound.
Is it a squirrely tail hellhound?
Squirrely tail hellhound.
Can I guess the color or no?
No, because that gives too much.
Okay.
You already know. You already know. You saw me catch fish the other day, But yeah, I would definitely recommend like hellhound, squirrely hellhound, like the hell puppy size, the smaller one.
Okay.
After that, smaller bucktails, twin 8s, single 8s. This time of the year, even smaller, like even twin 5s.
Okay. Really small.
My girlfriend caught 2 muskies last year on a MAPS number 3, which is essentially like a bass fishing lure.
That's definitely like a trout.
Don't ever rule out small baits. But yeah, so hellhound, squirrely hellhound.
But hey, can I ask the color of a bucktail though for you? Like, what do you?
Well, it depends on the body of water I'm fishing. Honestly, it depends on the water clarity.
Okay, let's just do a stain, just a deep stain, and then gin clear, like Oconomowoc.
Okay, stain water, I'm going with Fire Tiger, some sort of variation of Fire Tiger.
Okay.
And dark water, I'm going with black, white, silver.
Okay.
I know it's super cliche, but that's what makes sense.
Hey, it's your top 5, bud.
After that, I'm going to throw everybody for a loop with this one, but a Rapala Husky Jerk.
Okay.
Would be number.
I still have your bass rod. I forgot.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Carry on. Because there's a Husky Jerk tied up to it right now.
Yep, a Husky Jerk, Fire Tiger. That's just probably what's on there.
Do you know what size?
That would be the 5.5-inch Husky Jerk.
Okay.
After that, I would go rubber. I would definitely go. See, this is where I'm going to get real weird with this and throw big rubber. Big rubber is a bait that is produced for me in bodies of water that big rubber doesn't make any sense in.
Last
typically
weekend.
when I get to a small body of water, here's what I do. I initially throw a hellhound. Then I throw a bucktail. Then I throw a jerkbait. And then I just, at that point, get frustrated enough to beat myself into just chucking big rubber. So I caught a 44-incher on opening weekend on a regular size Medusa on a 220-acre lake. Does that make any sense? Absolutely not. But at that point, what do you have to lose? If all those things that theoretically should make sense aren't working, just throw yourself for a loop and throw the fish for a loop, because maybe those fish are seeing nothing but 4-inch baits, 5-inch baits all day long. You throw a big bait and they don't recognize that yet, because that's not the time of the year for them to see that.
No.
So you kind of have to just put yourself in their perspective sometimes, put yourself in their shoes and go, they've probably seen this 100 times over. Maybe I'll throw something that doesn't make any sense at all, theoretically, and go against the grain, and that'll work. So, yeah, Medusa, Bulldog, anywhere from regular Bulldog or regular Dusa up to mag sizes even. And
but you don't really throw anything bigger than mag deuces, do you? Or mag?
I don't throw anything bigger than mag Bulldogs ever. Okay. Honestly, I've never caught a fish on a bait bigger than a mag Bulldog. Okay. And it doesn't mean that those bigger baits don't work, because they do. But I fish on smaller waters where those baits don't really make a lot of sense. Now, if I lived up in Minnesota and I was fishing Mille Lacs or Vermilion or one of those big bodies of water where they have a huge 4-inch base with giant Cisco's and things like that, I mean, I completely understand why those guys are throwing pounders. But what's the sense of beating myself up in 4 feet of water throwing a pounder if I don't have to?
Yeah, if you don't have to, nah, I'm good. I don't want to.
If it works, dude, by all means throw it. But if it doesn't work, I'm not throwing it, because I don't have to beat myself up. So to get back to what we were talking about.
Number 5 for you.
So what was that? That was number 5?
No, that was number 4, so now we're on 5.
Number 4. Okay, so number 5, I would go with probably a this is a tough one.
This is the one that I don't know where you go with. I'm at a loss with this one.
Well, there's a specific bait in mind that I know Mike is already probably thinking about while he's hanging out in our kitchen while I'm hanging out in my garage. It's a dive and rise jerk bait.
A Suic?
Not a Suic.
Okay.
Not a Suic. Not a Naven. Not a bar fighter.
Ooh.
None of those.
What is it?
None of that jazz. Well, I can't tell you because it's a secret between Mike and I, but it's our secret dive and rise bait. There's a lot of dive and rises out there.
But you throw a dive and rise up there for number 5.
Yep, dive and rise would be number 5.
Okay, cool.
But not anything that most people would think I'm referring to. They'll just have to go fishing with me to figure that one out.
So, guys, find him on Facebook and invite Mike out to go fishing with you, and he'll share his secret number 5 lure with you.
Yep. I'll fish with anybody, I'll fish with anyone, anywhere, anytime. I'm not one of those Nazis that only fishes with a select few group of people. I can say that there's probably been about 15 people that have put their first muskie in my boat in the last couple of years.
That's true.
And you know what? That's what it's all about. This is a family, not a feud. We're here to support each other, take care of each other. Colin caught his first muskie with me because I wanted him to catch his first fish with me, and it was awesome. And everybody's first fish should be an awesome experience, and we should all go out there and have fun and not bitch at each other on the internet like a bunch of fucking crybabies. So with that said,
awesome. I love that.
Go out there and have fun and catch fish and stop with all the drama and nonsense and all the Facebook crimes that are going on these days. But on that note, I'll leave it at that, Colin. Go catch fish, have fun.
Whoa.
Find some new waters, enjoy yourself.
I got one last question.
Sure.
Your funniest boat launch story. And it can't be it can't be mine.
I think we already heard that one.
Is that the one? Is that the one?
I think that would be my fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, I've seen some weird things at boat launches, but I would say that you getting your ass eaten alive by mosquitoes was probably one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed in my boat at the boat launch.
Okay.
So
cool. All right, Mike.
I got to stick with that one. All right.
Well, thanks for coming on, but I'm sorry it took, like a year and a half to get you on the show.
No problem, man. Glad I could be here for you.
Perfect. All right, Mikey, I'll talk to you later, bud. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Yep. Have a good one.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Mike Malaczewski, everyone. So thank you for tuning in. If you want to get out and fish with Mike, find out his number 5 lure. Find him on Facebook. He'll be more than happy to fish with you. That's a man who loves to meet people and fish. Next week, I don't know. Next week, I know I'm going on a fishing trip Thursday to Sunday, so I don't have time to plan, really. And then I think I work the night shift Tuesday till like 8, I think. I'm not sure. I'll keep it in mind, though. I will let you guys know, though, if it will be delayed by a day or so. That's about it. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Hope you had fun. Go check out T&A. Mike's tying for him. Tying cool baits. Go check out Rocky Point. I've already moved a few fish on that Booker rattle trap blade attachment combo. Very easy for my weak risks. Great bait. Like that. The paint falls off a little early on those Booker rattle traps, though. So if someone else has another decent rattle trap that I could kind of switch in and out, that'd be cool. Other than that, anyone have suggestions who they would like to see, questions, concerns, please inbox me at muskymagnetLures.com. And everything's slime in prime time. I always mess that up. And it's my damn saying. Everything's slime in prime time. Till next week, you guys. Adios.